So in 2014, I was hit by a car, a walking pedestrian, a teenage kid, leaving a skating ring. From there, I was put into a coma for 12 days, and I got brain injury, a traumatic brain injury. And from there, they put me on a prescription narcotics, and for years I was on them. And then they took me off of them, and then I didn't realize until they took me off of them that I was hooked on them. So from there, I basically had a settlement from that accident, and I used that money for my addiction. And I had $100,000, and like within 7 months, I was down to like 5,000. It led me to not being able to afford the Percocets anymore and going to lower drugs. And basically it became a job, everyday job, and then the job became just torture. It started off as fun though, but then that fun became just so negative, and it wanted to just isolate me and take everything from me, or shall I say, it made me wanted to give everything away. I gave away my girl, I gave away my son, I gave away my money, my cars, sold them, everything. I went all the way down to the bottom, to the point to where I was picking up cigarette butts off of the floor in Camden, New Jersey, and just walking around at 3 a.m. in the morning doing this with the flashlight, trying to find cigarette butts to smoke and use needles. I was an IV drug user. I went that far. Every 5 minutes I had to use drugs. July 7th, 2020, I no longer wanted to live anymore, no longer wanted to shower anymore. I just gave up, no longer wanted to eat, everything. I just was done. I was in the house one day and I took a handful of Percocets because I had a prescription bottle and I just wanted to give up. And I'm like, here we go, I'm just done. Like I didn't even care if what happened to me, at that point, because I just couldn't live. It wasn't me, it was no longer me. It becomes a point to where at first it starts off a little bit of the demons, and then it just becomes they override you fully and you are the demon. That's what happened. And I'm in the shower. The police come in because I barricaded myself in there. So the police came into my house, took me out the shower. Probably one of my family members called him, or one of my neighbors called him, because I just wasn't coming out and I just wanted to lock myself in there. But long story short, they came in there and had me bound hands and feet, like how a pig is, like when they roast a pig like that, they had me hanging like that, and they dragged me down the steps out of my door to my one-bedroom apartment in Camden. And the moment we open the door and I go out and the sunlight hits us, it's like my body just shot up into the sky, laying down in that same position. I'm not sure if it was a holy angel or if God just called me up to his throne and levitated me himself, or like what it truly was, honestly, but it was as if the momentum of a roller coaster, you get like that feeling, but I was laying down and going up. So the whole entire time my body was laying down, my eyes were closed. It like I said, it was as if you're looking at the sun and you're getting closer and closer and closer to the sun, like that orangish, yellowish color, like that. And when I finally got to the top, it was like my body just was levitating. And then from there, my body teleported back. I didn't feel myself going back down like a roller coaster, like how I went up. It just blinked back into my body, and I'm in the hospital. At that point, just the desire for drugs was gone. I had super strength to just not want it, to know that God is real. Ever since, like, all right, that moment, it was so real that I go to church. I ain't gotta say this, but I went to church every single Sunday, basically since that moment, unless it was something really serious that I couldn't go. Like, it was that big of an impact that I don't even do drugs no more. It got me off of crack, and still to this day, honestly, I'm still healing mentally. He still helps me with things, and as far as the men's go, like family, so happy for me. Like every single person is telling, I know I'm never supposed to be proud ever, but everybody's telling me they're proud of me. Everybody now, from the hood, when I go to the ghetto in Camden and I visit my family, it's like I'm a celebrity now because I'm healed, and everybody knows it's Jesus, and everybody out there is Muslim. So I'm just grateful that they can see that Jesus is real and God is real. I have a 10-year-old son, and I'm just so grateful because he was waiting for me since he was like for 7 years, since he was 3 years old. He left. She kept giving me chances. I kept wanting the drugs, and from there she moved away and started a new life. I'm talking to my son on the phone. He's like, "Daddy, where are you? Daddy, where are you? Daddy's sick. Daddy's sick. He's in the hospital." For years, I've been sick, and now Daddy's better. So I'm just grateful. Now I'm better. I'm talking to him now. Started off with messages, then to audio. Now we're doing video conferences and things like that. And soon I hope to be able to start picking him up and things like that. He's all the way in Virginia. I would be doing it now already, but that's like I'm gonna have to take him for a while if I go pick him up. But I'm just grateful that God has given me the second chance to be a father. I'm showing you this scar just to show you that addiction is real. And from here, I got it because I used to use IV needles, and I got an infection into my arm. It literally blew up to like this big. I'll show you some pictures, but and the doctors had to slice it open, drain all the stuff out, and it was so bad. And now every single day when I wake up, I have to look at this and just know that I was just a drug addict, IV user, and I never want to be like that again, you know? And it was literally on my Jesus arm, on my good arm, of course. So I'm just grateful. Like literally, I can do all things through Christ whom strengthens me. And that's true if you truly believe it, like truly believe it. Peter walked on water. I'm trying to stay focused on Jesus. I don't want to sink. I don't want to sink all the way till he called me home. I want to stay in direct alignment with him. I want to submit to him for everything because he's real. Why wouldn't you? You about to see him. You're literally about to see him. Why wouldn't you want to please him in every last way?